Welcome back everyone. So I have a pretty helpful video for you today. As you know, I've been a long-term collector, so it's taken me some time to really figure out how to structure my collection, how to display all the different pieces and items that I have. And I think today I have a lot of helpful tips and different items that will help maximize space and overall aesthetic to your collection. Throughout my collecting journey, I went through a lot of different trial and error, bookcases, detolfs, acrylic risers, lights, and all different sorts of things in between. But I feel like I've narrowed it down to the most efficient pieces while still at an affordable cost. Keep in mind, all of this didn't happen overnight. This is like 2 decades plus worth of collecting. I mean, I started off with a bookcase and I've just expanded from there. Here's a quick look at everything we're going to be talking about today, with maybe a surprise or two at the end. I actually got all of this stuff from the company Temu. This is in fact the second time I've ordered from them, and I've been pretty happy with everything so far. And they are the sponsor for today's video. Temu is an online marketplace that sells a crazy amount of goods at competitive prices. They knew I was in a collecting need. These were a lot of items that I was planning on adding to the collection. They reached out and they were very happy enough to supply these for me so I can showcase them for y'all. They actually have some pretty cool features. They offer free shipping if you order anything off Temu, and then let's say you buy an item and then it drops in price. As long as it's within 30 days, they will price adjust that for you. They do have an app you can download, which is pretty user friendly. I'll post that link in the description below. Now, if you sign up through that link, they're going to give you a $100 coupon bundle, which is crazy. So you can pretty much pay for all this stuff and probably more if you sign up through that link. I didn't expect them to do that, so thank you Temu for making that happen. And if you enter this code in the search bar after you've signed up, it will take you to my page, and it has like a little picture of me and then all these items that I'm featuring today. The first items I want to talk about are these display boxes. I picked up 3 different kinds, and I don't know if you can see this, but I have one of them inside of this box right here, which you can open up. Now, I like these a lot because I like to put my grail items in these, or anything that I want to isolate that I feel like is maybe a little bit more high priced. I like to put in these boxes. I went with 3 different styles on this because I wasn't sure which grail pieces were going to look best, but I know I wanted a door for one of them to make it easier to put stuff in or take them out. And then for the other 2 boxes, I didn't mind them staying enclosed the entire time because I'm going to put pieces in there that I will basically never take out, and they'll only be for display. Now, there's a few reasons why I went with an acrylic box versus glass. The first one being price. Glass display boxes are crazy expensive. I mean, you're talking 5 to 6 times as much as one of these acrylic boxes. When it comes down to it, I'm very much a budget-friendly collector. I'd rather put that money towards the next grail piece or the next figure than putting it all into one glass display. And to be honest, this is going to be doing the exact same thing that a glass display would do. This helps keep out dust. It still gives your grail pieces or your figures a very beautiful aesthetic. I knew I wanted to put these BD&A grail plushes in this box. The dimensions are about 10 inches all the way around, and it fit perfectly within these cubbies. This next display box is pretty unique. I really haven't seen one like this before that has a door you can open and close while still maintaining an entire display box, so that's pretty cool. I like the idea of being able to take something out and putting it in without ruining the integrity or taking it apart. I'm still testing out exactly what I want to put in here, but I do know that I wanted the dimensions to fit this entire cubby, and it works out perfectly. This is just under 11 inches all the way around, but I do like the idea of putting my graded slabs in here. I mean, I just think it makes it look so much more elegant. As for the last display box, I haven't decided exactly what I want to put in here just yet. Ideally, I thought I was going to put a grail plush in here, but I haven't found it yet, so for the time being, I was thinking about putting some minifigures, or at least my rarer minifigures in here, maybe like a few Godzilla figures, but I'm still undecided, especially since I'm going to be adding 2 more display cabinets, so all my stuff's going to be moving around here shortly. Oh, and the dimensions for this one is 8.5 inches all the way around. I wanted something a little bit smaller than the other 2 back there. Next on our list is going to be some lighting. These are puck lights. These came in a set of 3, and you may have seen different styles or variants of these before, and I really like these because they're a little bit more compact. They do take AAA batteries, 3 of them. What's nice about these is it comes with some sticky adhesive, so you can place them pretty much anywhere that you want. The beauty of this is that there's no cords, it does take batteries, but you don't have all that extra mess. And a little pro tip, if you somehow regret the decision of where you place this and it didn't come with some extra adhesives, you can use some sticky Velcro tabs that you can find at the store, and those have also worked out really well when I ran out of the backings. I already know the first spot I want to place this puck, and it's going to go right above this Neon Superfly because it has a purple setting which kind of looks like a black light. What's even cooler is that it comes with this little remote and you can operate multiple pucks at once. You just have to be at a certain distance. I believe it's like 10 or 15 feet. So we are going to turn it on, and I already have the purple going. Despite having all these lights on, you can kind of see that some of these colors are heightened. So I'm going to turn off all the lights. I'm going to show you what it looks like. There you have it. Unfortunately, the camera doesn't pick it up as good as it looks, and we had the same problem when I did that unboxing and review for this Neon Superfly. It's something about the purple black light. The camera just doesn't like to pick it up. But I can assure you that this entire space is purple and it looks fantastic. And here, I'll even cycle through some of the colors. So the red, you can totally tell that's red. Here's some like green, blue. This is more of like a yellow look. I'm going to go right back into white, so if I wanted to just light this entire space up with a cool white, I could totally do that as well. Going back with my studio lights on, the puck still shines pretty bright, all things considered. I do think these pucks will excel at a smaller space, so these cubbies behind me I think are going to be perfect for it. So I'm going to place it right here above this display box. Here's another option too. If you didn't want to commit sticking it to whatever surface that you have it at, and you have a display box on there, you can just place that sucker right on top. And check this out, it's going to still shine perfectly. And now we'll try it again without the studio lights on. And that looks really cool. So this smaller area I think is perfect for these, and I'm honestly getting some great color from this. Here, I'll just cycle through some of those other colors. That purple looks awesome. Red, very cool. And I'll go back to white. You can brighten it up, and then you can also dim it down if you wanted to. That's about as low as it'll get, and you can brighten it up. Then you can even do like a flash setting, so it'll like cycle through a bunch of colors. And you know what? I just went ahead and turned off all the lights, and look how bright that is. Super saturated. I'll just cycle through some more colors. That's like a yellow, orange, purple. That's actually purple. That's more like blue. And then we'll go right back into white, and that's awesome. This is actually my preferred setup with this. Okay, I have one more way to display these pucks, and I think you're gonna like it. And that is to use them as an uplight. So I've done this in the past. I basically put a figure on top of a riser, and I'll sneak that little puck underneath that, and it will really like heighten the look of the figure, like almost make it look majestic. But if I wanted to just highlight the entire area or just the entire figure, I can go to a white setting, and that looks great too. That will lead me into the next helpful collecting item, and that is acrylic risers. I am such a big fan of these. I mean, these have drastically helped my collection, just elevating items, adding more space, and just making the overall look of my collection a lot cleaner. These come in a variety of different heights and lengths. I mean, it seems almost endless how many different risers there are, and there's definitely something out there to fit your collecting need. The biggest one that I have on the table is 5 inches all the way around, and there's even ones that are like 5 inches across and slightly smaller. Then you go all the way down to these smaller ones here, and they're great because if you want only just a little bit of height, then you can use this guy right here. Or if you wanted to really make a figure stand out, like I did with my Carnotaurus on my Hammond collection shelf. So these helped out tremendously with my dinosaurs, specifically the Hammond collection, because there's all different types of heights and sizes, and if I just lined everything up in a row, I wouldn't be able to fit all my dinosaurs on there. But I put the larger 5x5 riser, and I'm able to add more figures just by increasing the height. I mean, throughout this entire video so far, you've seen areas where I've already snuck in a lot of these risers, and there's plenty more of these all throughout the collection. I would definitely check these out, see which ones are going to fit your collection. I mean, they come in even bigger sizes than this 5x5. I think they go up to like 10 inches and more. You won't be disappointed with these. Temu has a lot of different varieties, styles, and things to choose from. These lights have been a big hit in my collection. They are rechargeable LED multicolored light bars. What I used to have was wired lights, and that would run all throughout my glass cabinets, but that got to be like a mess over time, and then I was running out of plugs. So what I like about these is I could take them off. They are attached by a magnet, so you stick this piece to whatever part you want to display it on, and it will pop on and off just like so, making it very easy to take it off and recharge it. It takes about 2 to 3 hours to recharge after they've fully depleted. The battery life to these has been fantastic. I'm at like 8+ plus continuous hours of battery life, and it's still going strong. These have been a godsend to my glass cabinets, and they even come with these cords to help you recharge them. So you can plug it into any normal USB plug, and you're pretty much good to go. It also comes with a remote control, which will operate all 4 of these. If I only wanted, say, one on at a time, I could turn this guy off, and I can just operate those. This little remote is great. You can honestly do so much with it. So here are all the different settings. So we have timers, 30 minutes, 90 minutes, 60, and then we have just the white color. So I can go into a very cool white. I can go into a white warm, and then all the way warm if I wanted to, and then going back to white. And then I have a bunch of color selections here. So I can go into like my purples, deep purples, violets, blues, greens, orange, and just a bunch of different colors. Anything you feel like vibing to. There's some other cool features like a flash, so it will cycle through a bunch of different colors, and then I have a fade effect, so it'll go from like really bright, and it'll slowly start dimming down. And then I can also adjust the brightness, so if I go all the way to white, I can go really dim if I wanted to, and I can brighten it up a good amount. And as far as the remote goes, it takes 2 AAA batteries. Here is my glass cabinet. So I took these sticky parts and I applied them to more or less the front part of the shelf. That gives me a lot more light and it doesn't really shadow out the back. So I put 3 of them in there because I'm still deciding if I want to put one at the very bottom or utilize it for another piece of my collection. So I'm going to pop these in here. You can see there is an open space for that magnet to fit in there, and it should pop in just like so. And it's nice and snug. I mean, it's not going to pop out whatsoever. So that was 1, and here we have number 2 and number 3. For the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to turn on every single one of them, but if you didn't want them all on, you don't have to. You have that on and off switch there. And there's also a push button power here. So you can actually turn just this one off. You can keep the entire thing on, but you can turn it off from this little button there. All right, these babies are on and at maximum brightness. It may not seem like it because I have all my studio lights on, but you can definitely tell there's some light shining through. But here is if I turn them off. And then right back on, so you can totally tell that there is a difference there, even with all my bright lights on. Let's test it with all my studio lights off, and that looks amazing, totally well lit. You can see everything is highlighted, it looks great. You know what, even this bottom shelf, it doesn't have that light down there, and it still lights up pretty well with all 3 of these lights combined. Like I said, I've been very happy with these lights. I mean, they've added just a great complement to this display cabinet. I will eventually be getting 2 more cabinets to fit on either side, and I will be putting those in there as well. But it doesn't stop there. Let's cycle through some of the colors. So we have like a purple right here, and then a little bit of a lighter purple, and then going through like a green, kind of looks like a fish tank. We have some reds, kind of like an orange, a little bit more yellow. And that's like my favorite thing about this is that I could cycle through all these colors. I can brighten it up, and then I can just go right back into like the cool white. As this cycles through the fade setting, this is what they look like on Temu. Pretty affordable, they get the job done well, and they're honestly no mess, and they look fantastic. And now for the surprise item on the list, it is a galaxy light. I'm all about creating a vibe or an atmosphere in my collection room, especially when I'm having some downtime and I just want to unwind a little bit, unbox some toys, or maybe just reorganize. I'll put this on, change the colors to some of my lights, and play some music, and then I'm just vibing. So if that is something that interests you, then I would highly recommend one of these. They're also really great as like a nightlight if you have some trouble falling asleep. In fact, my daughter has basically taken this from me. I set it up in her room one night, and then she's been asking for it ever since. So after this video, it'll most likely be hers. But that is it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you were able to get some ideas on how to maximize some space and also create a better aesthetic for your collection. I would like to say thank you to Temu for sponsoring this video and helping me acquire these items to my collection. Don't forget to check the links in the description to sign up with the Temu app and get that $100, and then also check out that code because that'll take you straight to my page where all these items are listed. Make sure you connect with me on Instagram and TikTok to stay up to date when new things drop. I also post toy photography and toy videos. If you did enjoy this collections, tips, and tricks, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps out the video and lets me know that I'm doing a good job. Until then, I'll see y'all collectors in the next video.